Now on 13 on your side, another look inside the COVID unit at Yuma Regional Medical Center, where frontline staff are dealing with an influx of COVID patients. Plus, the family of an Arizona veteran pleads for a special machine for their loved one who is now on a ventilator, the excruciating wait, and what can be done to help. And what you need to know before getting behind the wheel this holiday weekend. Police will be out in full force, making sure those under the influence are off the roadways.
13 on your side starts now.
Good evening, and thank you so much for choosing to be with us tonight on 13 on your side. I'm Scott Gross. Happy holidays to all of you. Tonight, YRMC continues to prepare for a federal response team to arrive and assist medical staff. We're continuing our inside look at the hospital's COVID-19 unit and what nurses are going through on a daily basis. Now, when you step inside, it's a somber moment, knowing so many people have fallen ill to COVID-19. Kim Miller is the new director of this unit and says the additional assistance will be a much-needed welcome to help ease some of the workload for her team.
We could always use more help, and even if it's somebody, I know the federal team sometimes will bring CNAs, or it doesn't always have to be a bedside nurse because you do a team nursing model. We work together as a team and we use those ancillary staffs to the best of their ability and within their scope.
Along with 10 paramedics that are expected to arrive at any time, YRMC will also receive up to 14 nurses within the next 2 weeks. Now to Phoenix, where Victoria Arvizo is heartbroken and waiting helplessly as her 35-year-old brother fights a severe case of COVID-19 pneumonia at the VA Medical Center in Phoenix. Emma Lockhart has the story.
Family tells me the 35-year-old veteran was healthy with no pre-existing conditions. Now doctors say if he doesn't get on an ECMO machine by tomorrow, his body will start shutting down.
I'm really begging that he does get help he needs, because I think he deserves it. He's a good person.
Victoria Arvizo is heartbroken, waiting helplessly as her brother fights COVID in the hospital.
I'm praying to God that if there is a machine or a bed in Arizona, then he does get it, because he does deserve his second chance at life.
Brian Yazzie is in the VA hospital in Phoenix. Arvizo FaceTiming him just before he went on a ventilator last week.
He just shook his head and he waved goodbye. And I told him I'll see him soon and I love him. And that was the last time I did speak to my brother.
And now time is running out. Yazzie needs to be put on an ECMO machine. The treatment is advanced life support for the heart and lungs. But so far, Arvizo says no Valley hospitals will take him.
I was informed that Banner and Dignity Health have said, yes, we can accept your brother, but unfortunately right now our beds are full. We don't have a machine for him.
Banner Health, the largest healthcare system in the state, says it's at capacity for ECMO machines. Meanwhile, other hospitals might be too full or short-staffed to monitor patients on one.
These machines are pretty full in the Valley. And not only does it require one nurse, it requires usually 2 nurses.
Hospital leaders say resources and staff are stretched thin as unvaccinated patients strain the healthcare system, with doctors now having to choose who gets treatment or not. Meanwhile, Arvizo, who is visiting her brother tonight, hopes this isn't the last time she sees him.
The doctor asked me if I wanted to come spend time with my brother. And that was a scary situation, because when I asked, can I see him, they told me, you can't come in unless it's an end-of-life situation.
Now, Arvizo says her brother was not vaccinated but planned to get the shots. He just put it off until it was too late. Reporting in Phoenix, Emma Lockhart for Arizona's Family.
The Dole plant in Yuma will be closed for extensive cleaning because of a possible listeria contamination. The factory is doing this out of an abundance of caution after seeing only a single package of shredded iceberg lettuce from the Yuma location tested positive. The recall includes Dole and private label salads with best buy dates between November 13th of 2021 and January 8th of 2022. Right now, the cause of the contamination is unknown. The goal is to get the Yuma plant open in 2 weeks after decontamination. The full list of the recalled product numbers can be found on our website at kyma.com. Our team was at the scene of a truck fire earlier this evening in Yuma. This was the scene around 2 o'clock in the area of County 15th and Avenue 1E. Crews were on the scene putting out the fire in the nearby field. They were able to contain the flames to just one vehicle. The truck was parked on a dirt road adjacent to an orchard and a home. There have been no reports of injuries, still no word on what caused the fire. Yuma police will have extra officers on the streets over the holiday weekend to crack down on drunk drivers. The police department says the holidays usually bring a rise in impaired drivers on the road as people gather for parties and go out to bars. In the state of Arizona, drivers can be cited for a DUI if their blood alcohol content is above 0.8%. Yuma Police Sergeant Lori Franklin says this effort is key into protecting the public.
Know your limit, have a sober driver, call an Uber, call a taxi, one of the tipsy toes. Do something like that, but do it responsibly. Have fun, but we want you and we want other people to make it into the new year.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in the United States, someone dies every 33 minutes due to an alcohol-related crash. It's a similar story in Imperial County. The California Highway Patrol says its gift this Christmas is to provide safety on the roadways, and that's why drivers will notice more officers on patrol for the next 2 weeks. 13 on your side's Wiley Jahari explains.
Yeah, law enforcement agencies across the Imperial Valley are getting ready for the busiest time of the year. Now, CHP El Centro told me that last year around this time, 5 DUI arrests were made on Imperial County highways. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but it could also be the most reckless for drivers who decide to hit the road drunk.
The increase of motorists traveling to and from their locations, we have more officers out there to keep the roads safe.
38 fatal crashes were reported last year on California highways throughout the holiday season. Officer Arturo Platero with CHP and El Centro says this year they're not taking any chances and will increase patrol officers on the road.
Just because of holidays, there's a lot more motorists out on the roadway. We get a lot more calls.
While excessive amounts of alcohol can translate into deadly car accidents, it can also lead to long-term health effects. Dr. Jonathan Simon, the CEO of Fit Biomics, says overdoing alcohol can affect the brain and internal organs.
If you're perturbing beneficial microorganisms with biases in alcohol or high-fat, high-sugar diet, you're sort of preventing the gut from having its beneficial functions on our health.
The CHP says that if you do come across a driver who you suspect is intoxicated, to call 911 and report a description of the vehicle. They also say that you should never intentionally follow a vehicle and to always maintain a safe distance. On the other hand, El Centro Police Department will be conducting a DUI checkpoint from now through Friday morning at 2 a.m. I'm Wiley Jahari reporting from Imperial. Back to you.
And a quick look at your weather. This is the RV World of Yuma's Skycam. Still calm right now, but those holiday roads could be wet, so make sure that you're very careful. We're also going to have some windy conditions with moments of blowing sand and dust throughout the area as well. Mostly cloudy. We're looking for rain to make its way into the area just after midnight and around 1 o'clock around Imperial County, a little later into Yuma County after that. Again, a light wind, but again, that will change soon after midnight. Coming up in your first alert forecast, more on the rain coming this way. It'll also bring with it the possibility of some flash flooding and also a merry and bright holiday photo to share with you. All of this coming up a little bit later on. Congressional and legislative districts are looking a bit different today as the group in charge of redrawing the lines has officially changed them. Our own Luis Lopez explains what this means for Yuma County.
Yuma County is represented by multiple congressional and legislative districts. Today, however, those lines look a bit different, and local leaders feel the changes, though small, are for the best. Congressional districts D3 and D4 have been changed to D7 and D9 respectively. One of the biggest changes is coming from D9, which overtakes a part of Maricopa County, which was previously a part of D3. Legislative districts have also changed, as D4 and D13 are now D23 and D25 respectively. D13 Representative Tim Dunn says that while the changes are relatively small, it allows for Yuma to have the best representation possible.
It's pretty much similar to what we've had in the past, which allows us to have multiple representatives on the congressional and the legislative side from Yuma County. So I think it does give us that edge of having more representation at both levels.
Tony Reyes, the Yuma County Board of Supervisors chairman, also believes that many of the changes weren't too drastic. He also says that he expects future elections to be more competitive in each district as well.
I don't think Arizona can be considered anymore a safe Republican or a safe or an even viable Democratic alternative. I think elections are going to be fought every election, and the results are going to end up being who works it harder.
Redrawing lines used to be the legislature's job, but in 2000 became the job of an independent commission. That process is something Dunn thinks is good for the state.
It works well because if you happen to be a party that's not in power, then you could be subject to a vote count that's not in your favor. So I think this does allow people to have a voice. They listen to the citizens as they make those statements, and so I think it's sometimes cumbersome, but I think it's good for the people.
The new district lines will stay the same for the next 10 years, as results from the most recent census affect how the lines are drawn. Reporting in Yuma, Luis Lopez, 13 on your side.
Now to Mexicali, where they converted a community sports center into a shelter for homeless and Mexican migrants trying to stay warm this holiday season. The temporary shelter offers blankets, food, and a bed. It's the second temporary winter shelter that cares for local people who are in a difficult economic situation.
We have the Pilgrim Shelter that cares for migrants and homeless people, but it's already full. There are 80 people there, so we have to enable this sports center for children that has the capacity to receive men and women. It is also equipped to receive families who need a place warm to spend the night. Unlike the shelters for Haitians, here there are only received from 5 in the afternoon to 8 in the morning. We have all the security in place.
The Mexicali community has come together to help by donating food and other items. On Christmas Day, most migrants and homeless people will be fed a special meal, again thanks to all of the local donations. Coming up next on 13 on your side, a Minnesota jury has reached a verdict in the case of Kim Potter, a white former police officer who fatally shot a black motorist, Dante Wright, during a traffic stop in April. What the jury decided. Plus,
the White House announces additional relief for tens of millions of Americans with student loans. I'm Natalie Brand with details on the extension and what borrowers should know.
Introducing the Cool Turtle, the ultra-comfortable mask enhancer that creates a protective, cool, and breathable space between your mask and your face. Simply slide under any mask or gaiter and immediately feel the refreshing pocket of air surrounding your face. Cool Turtle's ergonomically designed, soft, comfortable shell immediately reduces mask friction, allowing you to breathe and talk in a comfortable environment.
I can actually breathe. With the Cool Turtle, no more sweating.
It's like I don't even have a mask on.
Call now and get not 1, not 2, but 3 Cool Turtles for just $10. Order now and we'll send you 2 more Cool Turtles free. No fees, absolutely free. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of 4-ply face masks. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the real Cool Turtle now.
Call 1-800-270-1219. That's 1-800-270-1219. Or visit getcoolturtle.com. Order now.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Well, John, the stage is set for the final transaction.
That's right, Joe. Heather's moment has arrived, and you just hope all that training pays off.
Heather lays down her purchase, but Randy rings it up as slowly as he can.
He is a wily veteran.
It gives Heather's eyes the chance to wander.
Uh-oh.
Yep, she's looking at the cigarettes.
There's nothing good back there. Quit now, and in 5 years, your odds of getting certain cancers drop 50%.
Meanwhile, Randy's stone-faced. He's giving nothing away. He just stands there, wetting his cashier's finger on that sponge.
Heather toes the rubber.
Here we go. Heather's arm is in motion. But instead of pointing at the back wall, she just grabs the gum off the counter.
That's a slick move.
Heather back. She She is out of there. Even Randy tips his cap to Heather. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally wants you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Those were the days. We'd cruise down drags with our favorite bands. And every night we had standing dates with the same friends. We hustled, we bumped, we bus stopped, and we smoked all the time. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Visit screenyourlungs.org today.
"13 on Your Side" starts now.
Welcome back and happy holidays. I'm Scott Gross. A Minneapolis jury has convicted former Brooklyn Center officer Kim Potter on both manslaughter counts after she fatally shot Dante Wright last spring during a traffic stop. Frank Vassalero reports from Minneapolis.
We, the jury, on the charge of manslaughter in the first degree, find the defendant guilty.
Former officer Kim Potter listened as the jury found her guilty of first and second degree manslaughter in the shooting death of Dante Wright. Jurors deliberated for nearly 30 hours in the closely watched trial that drew national attention. Wright's mother thanked the community for their support.
Everybody who's been out there that has supported us in this long fight for accountability.
Potter testified that she confused her handgun for her taser when she shot 20-year-old Wright during a traffic stop in Brooklyn Center last April.
You didn't run down the street and try to save Dante Wright's life, did you?
No.
You were focused on what you had done, because you had just killed somebody.
I'm sorry it happened.
Outside the courthouse, a crowd cheered and embraced while the verdicts were read. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison said the trial's outcome doesn't bring justice.
Justice would be restoring Dante to life and making the Wright family whole again. Justice is beyond the reach that we have in this life for Dante. But accountability is an important step.
Judge Regina Chu revoked Potter's bail, ordering her held at Shakopee Women's Prison until sentencing set for mid-February. Frank Vassalero, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Potter faces about 7 years in prison under the state sentencing guidelines, but prosecutors say they would seek a longer term. This brings us to our question of the day. Do you agree with the Kim Potter trial verdict? 40% of you said yes, 60% of you said no. Joanne Dunham-Seelan commented on the poll and felt that the sentence was too harsh. Thank you to all of you who participated. More on a story we shared with you last night. The Biden administration gave an early Christmas present to millions of Americans. Another pause on student loan repayments for an additional 90 days. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
The White House says the extended pause on federal student loan repayments and interest impacts an estimated 41 million borrowers.
We know some student loan borrowers are still coping with the pandemic and need some time before resuming payments.
Was this expected?
It was welcome. It was really clear that student loan borrowers were not ready to pay their student loan bills if they came due next month.
Mike Pierce of the Student Borrower Protection Center says the student debt crisis existed before the pandemic and is now coupled with economic uncertainty.
Inflation has caused food prices to go up, rent to go up, gas to go up, car payments to go up. And the thought of taking away that financial flexibility, that little measure of security, was too much for people to bear.
The extension announced Wednesday runs through May 1st. The pause started as part of COVID relief under the previous administration. Advocates are pressing to make it permanent. Derek Johnson, the president of the NAACP, tweeted, "If you can afford to pause student loan repayments over and over again, you can afford to cancel it." The Student Borrower Protection Center says student debt has impacted communities of color at far higher rates and spans all ages. Mike Pierce says people need to know their options.
Every single person with a student loan that's been paused has a right under federal law to tie their payment to their income. If you're recently unemployed, or if your spouse has lost their job, or if you've had a big drop in wages because of the pandemic, you might have a right to make a payment that is as low as $0 per month.
The Department of Education says it's ready to work with people to prepare for a transition back into repayment. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Some Senate Democrats are calling on the president to at least waive interest payments on federal student loans when those repayments do eventually resume. Look outside. Once again, rain is in the forecast. When will it get here? I'll let you know straight ahead in your First Alert forecast.
The New Year's sale starts now at More Furniture for Less.
Shop all our hottest styles at the best value to help bring in the new year.
Prep your home to take on all the opportunities of 2022.
By creating a relaxing living room, a warm, inviting dining room, or a bedroom sanctuary, all on sale.
Be the first to shop the New Year's sale early this Sunday with special hours from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Preview all sale specials online at morefurniture.com.
Don't you worry now. There's no need to hurry now. It's been a long, long day, and you can shine now.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. This drug remains approved by the FDA. If you or a loved one regularly took Zantac and were later diagnosed with cancer, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Potential cancers include bladder cancer, colon cancer, kidney cancer, stomach cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer. Do not stop taking a prescribed medication without first consulting with your doctor. Discontinuing a prescribed medication without your doctor's advice can result in injury or death.
Call 1-800-670-2995.
It's time to find your adventure.
Sign me up.
Whether you've got courage to spare.
Let's go, girl.
Yeah. Or you just want to make new friends.
Trust me.
There's always a home for you at Girl Scouts.
Breaking news first. Extreme weather first. Border issues first. Agriculture first. Exclusive stories first. If it affects you, your family, your wallet, or your health.
13 on your side. First at 4.
Join Mercedes Martinez. 13 on your side. It's all first at 4 p.m.
Welcome to 13 on your side.
Thursday to all of you across the desert Southwest. Today is Christmas Eve. The sun will rise tomorrow morning at 7:39 Mountain Time, 6:43 for those of you in the Pacific time zone. And we're expecting some rain in the very, very near future. First things first, let's take a look outside on the RV World of Yuma Skycam. We'll back off just a little bit so you can see what the traffic looks like. Again, mostly cloudy skies, a slight breeze out there, but all of this is going to change here very, very shortly. Let's take a look at the satellite radar, show you what we have. Wow, a lot of rain off into the distance. And as we fast forward, this was from 7:20. We still had some rain here in Arizona, but we're really watching what's coming from the East Pacific over here. We do have some rain in just north of Salton City. Yeah, we got more coming. Jumping ahead and taking a look at our futurecast, right around 1 o'clock, it's going to come through to the area and moving right ahead. So again, right around midnight or 1:30. And this is the futurecast again. This is what we're looking for tomorrow. All of the desert Southwest encompassed in getting measurable rain tomorrow morning, anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. And also some flash flooding could occur as well in the early morning hours. Jumping ahead and taking a look at our future wind. Big change here as well. Just after breakfast time, gusty winds throughout the area right around noon as well. So if you're planning on driving for the holidays on Interstate 8 going west, please be advised of the strong winds, also blowing dust and sand throughout the area as well. We'll look at our air quality index brought to us by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. A little bit of a change here and there. Good in El Centro and Niland. The rest of the Valley of Mexicali, a moderate reading. I'll look at our current temperatures. We stand at 69 degrees in Imperial, 70 El Centro, 65 in Holtville and across the county and state line into Yuma County. Much of the same temperatures here, but a little cooler. Low 60, 63 Yuma, 65 in the foothills, and 65 in Welton. Jumping ahead, take a look at your 7-day forecast. Rainy tomorrow and clearing up on Christmas Day, Saturday. The clouds will stay with us, but the temperatures will sink all the way down to 60 degrees by this time next week. Same for the Imperial Valley. We'll be at 69 degrees tomorrow. Rainy. Rain could continue in the valley on Saturday and extend all the way through next Tuesday. The winds will pick up, and again, the temperatures will fall. Again, today we were in the 70s. By this time next week, we could be in the low 60s. Stay tuned. The Phoenix Suns have the best record in the NBA. Could they keep it that way tonight at home against Oklahoma City? I'll let you know straight ahead in sports.
Spectrum Mobile has the best deal in mobile. Get unlimited for only $29.99 when you get 2+ lines. Plus, nationwide 5G is included. Switch and save up to 60%. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
'Tis the season for more at Metro by T-Mobile. Now, new and existing customers can get a free Samsung Galaxy tablet and enjoy high-speed data for just $15 a month. That's the lowest price on unlimited for tablets, all with the power of the T-Mobile network. Metro is giving you and your family more chances to stream, more ways to connect, and more reasons to celebrate with a free Samsung Galaxy tablet. Get more for the holidays, only at Metro.
It's all gone, son.
Oh no, Sam's. This one.
Again.
Let go of your umbrella, 'cause darling, I'm just trying to
What's all this?
We can't have a bookstore without books.
Thank you all so much.
At El Centro Regional Medical Center, we're ready and open to care for you and your family. We want to assure you that ECRMC is doing everything possible to keep you safe and healthy. As part of these efforts, we now offer the convenience of telemedicine. Skip the waiting room and visit your doctor on your phone, tablet, or computer instead. Don't delay the care you need. Make an appointment today by calling us at 760-482-5000. ECRMC, open to care.
It's time for a talk. If you're 45 or older, you need to get yourself screened for colon cancer. This disease can be very treatable when caught early, so the sooner you know what's up with your health, the better. The good news is that there's options for getting screened that are easier than you think. Get informed. If you're a man or a woman, 45 or older, take control. Get screened for colon cancer. Standuptocancer.org/colon cancer.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
The Suns look to stay red hot. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Scott Gross. The Phoenix Suns are 25-5 and hold the best record in the NBA. They look to keep it that way heading into their Christmas Day showdown with the Golden State Warriors. Tonight, though, the Suns at home versus Oklahoma City. We take you to the fourth quarter, 108-98 Suns, and Devin Booker with the three-pointer makes it 111-98 Suns. Phoenix rolling in this one. Again, 111-98 Suns. Watch as DeAndre Ayton with the put-back dunk. 113-98 Suns. Here's a replay for you. Again, Suns will win this one tonight, 113-101. They now get Golden State, who also won tonight on Christmas Day. College basketball from last night, Arizona at Tennessee. With less than 2 minutes left, Pele Larson finds Azules Tubelis for a layup to cut the Wild deficit down to 2, 71-69. Tennessee. Now with less than a minute left, Tennessee's John Fulkerson cleans the glass and is going to put it back here on the miss. Nice dribble drive, spin, miss. And there's the cleanup. He would make the free throw. The Volunteers hand Arizona their first loss of the season, 77-73. 6 Chargers are selected to the 2022 Pro Bowl and include quarterback Justin Herbert, wide receiver Keenan Allen, outside linebacker Joey Bosa, safety Derwin James, center Corey Linsley, and rookie tackle Rashawn Slater. 5 of those selections, Herbert, Bosa, James, Linsley, and Slater, were named as starters for the AFC. The 5 starters are tied for the most in the NFL from a single team. Arizona Cardinals have 4 players named to the Pro Bowl, including safety Budda Baker, running back James Conner, linebacker Chandler Jones, and quarterback Kyler Murray. They were all named to the NFC squad. Baker and Jones were both selected as starters for the game. The Indianapolis Colts had the most selections with 7. Now to some sad news from the NFL. The Hillsborough County, Florida medical examiner said yesterday that former Charger and NFL wide receiver Vincent Jackson died from chronic alcohol use and that the manner of his February death was natural. Jackson was found dead February 15th at the Homewood Suites in Brandon, Florida, after his family had reported him missing 5 days earlier and after authorities had spoken with him as part of a welfare check. In the months leading up to his death, the former NFL wide receiver who played both for the Chargers and Buccaneers suffered from depression, progressive memory loss, mood swings, paranoia, and extreme social isolation, all considered to be symptoms of CTE. Jackson was 38 years old. And the final NFL Thursday night football game of the regular season tonight, Tennessee comes from behind to defeat San Francisco 20-17. Coming up on Saturday, Christmas Day, 2 more games in the NFL. Cleveland visits Green Bay, and Indianapolis will come to town to take on the Arizona Cardinals. We'll be right back.
Marshawn. I want y'all to hear it from me first. If you want to be fresh, you got to refresh like Subway. Like the new Baja Steak and Jack, the tender, thicker cut steak.
Wait, so you're not coming out of retirement?
I'm just here because Subway has so much new, they bought time in this press conference to talk about it. Now, like I was saying, the new Baja Steak also has pepper jack cheese, the new Baja Chipotle sauce.
No, you can't stop talking.
Black olives, cup of pepper.
The New Year's sale starts now at More Furniture for Less.
Shop all our hottest styles at the best value to help bring in the new year.
Prep your home to take on all the opportunities of 2022.
By creating a relaxing living room, a warm, inviting dining room, or a bedroom sanctuary, all on sale.
Be the first to shop the New Year's sale early this Sunday with special hours from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Preview all sale specials online at morefurniture.com.
Create your forever with Paul Benzel Jewelers.
Do you love spending your time on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok?
KYMA.com. All the news you need right at your fingertips.
If you have experience with WordPress, love doing everything you can to get eyeballs on a post or story, then KYMA.com is looking for someone like you to lead a team of digital experts into new frontiers. To apply, go to KYMA.com.
It's time to find your adventure with Girl Scouts and Spirit Unchained.
Sign me up.
Whether you've got courage to spare,
Jump!
skills worth showing off,
Let's go, girl.
or you just want to make new friends.
It's in your heart to run free. It's in mine, too. Trust me.
There's always a home for you at Girl Scouts.
Before we go tonight, the Yuma Sprouts Grab and Give Bag promotion was a holiday success. Store manager Jim Luff says this year they almost doubled last year's mark of 2,700 pre-made bags, bringing the total to around $50,000 worth of food donated by Humans since Thanksgiving.
It speaks volumes for the Yuma community because we're going up against stores that do twice the sales volume that we do. So, at one of the smaller volume stores in a very small community such as Yuma, to deliver 5,000 bags is just absolutely an outstanding number.
Thanks for watching.